Welcome back to Cadwell for race 2, and the grid has changed slightly in that Ben Bygrave and Callum Lawson 5th yesterday, 4th in race 1 today, so they start from the 2nd row. Are they going to make that all-elusive podium? That's what they're looking for. Can Scott Laurie repeat his dynamic start that he did in race 2 before the restart? Terrific start for him, but moving forward now towards the front of the grid. Is it going to be 3 in a row? Tim Reeves, of course, looking good. Ben Birchall, very focused. Ben and Tom been working to try and get a bit more speed. Is Tim Reeves going to make it 3 in a row here? It's going to be a cracking race. It's late in the day, but let's go for it. It's going to be a good man to beat, Tim Reeves, I can tell you. Fastest in qualifying, already that terrific win. Bygrave, though, on the right of your picture, behind the Birchalls, number 16. This young man's never been in such a good... They're right close to the camera. Watch this pair now. Is it going to be a podium for them? I wonder. Well, they've moved out of the slipstream of the Birchalls. They're alongside. Bygrave, if you use motocross terms, has got the whole shot. No! He led briefly, but the Birchalls got the Yamaha fired up. And Bygrave is there in 3rd, though. Tim Reeves slotted into 2nd. But a terrific start. He got the jump on the 2 World Championship runners. And coincidentally, Bygrave and Callum Lawson will be contesting a World Championship round at Oschersleben in the very near future. Craig Chaplow and Patrick Farrance ahead of us on the onboard camera. Look at the battle for the lead. Reeves goes through, establishing his stamp on the race halfway round the first lap. The Kawasaki of Mark Edwards going well, bringing up the rear the number 46 outfit, who's our wild card. But this is terrific stuff. Barry James gets a better start, of course, due to his first race result. He's on the back of John Clark. I reckon he's going to go through, and he's almost alongside of the chicane. They're bunched up here. He's going to make a bid going into the bottom of the mountain. This is Barry James, and he's through. Oh, no, he's not. John Clark came across the front of the Santander outfit. That's what's left of our camera and the fairing of the bike. Dramatic or what, Roger Body?
Well, we said earlier on in the early races that is so difficult there. Look, you just can't do it. You cannot go underneath there. Oh, dear. That's my bike. There we go.
What a big shunt that was. Well, they're lucky to get away with that. Lucky they weren't upended. But he was desperate to make amends for the earlier dismal performance. A slightly better outing in the first race in today's programme. But... well, for race 2 here, it's all come to nothing for Barry James and Jamie Wynn. Bodywork wrecked. Tim Reeves, though, leading the Birchalls. Scott Laurie in 3rd, making a serious bid now. He knows, you heard him say it, he can run with them. He's running with World Championship material here. 4th for Ben Bygrave. John Clark, well, just to prove he wasn't going to be stuffed easily, is running in 5th. What a terrific bit of action.
And a great start from the Birchalls, and I'm sure that Timmy's not going to get away here from either, maybe even from Scott Laurie. This is going to be a race to the flag, I can tell you, because Timmy does that 2 seconds thing, and now the Birchalls are with him. This is going to be all the way, all the way.
Well, we saw Ben and Tom Birchall working on their bike in the awning, and they're close now. They're as close as they've been, apart from when they led from the outset, of course. But they're hunting down, and of course, Tim Reeves and the Birchalls battle is allowing Scott Laurie and James Neve to close a little bit on them. Phil Bell having a good ride ahead of Andy Peach. Then it's Ben Holland, then it's Craig Chaplow, Patrick Farrance. So further down the order, an awful lot going on. Round barn again they go, the top 3. 1st, Reeves. 2nd, Birchall. 3rd, Scott Laurie. Nothing between these. Then it's Bygrave. Then it's John Clark, Stuart Graham. The Irishman, a hard-charging, hard-riding man. No quarter asked, none certainly given. 4th place, Ben Bygrave. The other Ben, his namesake Ben Holland, has done 2 engine changes. They've been working right through the night, and he is making his way up through the field. So a weekend the Hollands would rather forget, but the young talent here for everyone to see. John Clark, though, closing on Ben Holland. This, the 3rd place, Scott Laurie. There's the gap. It's a huge gap to 4th. 4th and 5th, Bygrave and Clark. Stuart Graham anchoring that 3rd wheel down. The styles, the passenger styles, very, very different. Ben Birchall and his brother Tom at the bottom at Mansfield there. Here's the battle then. the 4th place battle. Top 3 have gone through. The chicane makes it really interesting along here, Roger, doesn't it? Going into the bottom of the mountain.
What, putting the chicane in there, you mean?
Yeah.
It was too fast. Not so much for us, but certainly for the solos. It was, yeah, there was lots of accidents there, and obviously it slowed the speed down. This part here, you can't actually see it on the television. It is really steep, and, you know, the solos are absolutely up on the back wheel. They're off the ground, in fact. You know, in fact, we are. Front wheels off of these bikes.
Well, terrific scraps all the way down the field, but Ben Birchall, as Gary Smith going through there. Good to see Gary Smith going well. Steve Kershaw, number 29 as well. On board with Andy Peach and Charlie Richardson. Ahead of us, Phil Bell and Tony Belsey. Not getting away, the bikes, as Roger Body has said, so very similar in terms of speed and performance. Tony Belsey having ridden with Phil Bell years ago and competed in World Championship as well, so he knows what he's doing. Race leader. Ben Birchall, I think, senses, Roger, that he can make a move here. He's just sizing the job up, I think.
I think they're just going to stay together the whole race. This is such a difficult circuit. He's dropped, Timmy's dropped him a little bit. But to get by, to keep with him is one thing. To get by is another. We've seen, you know, Barry James try to go down the inside there. It's, it is really difficult. There's only really 2 places. One is here. We've just seen that done. And the other really is coming into the end of Park, is it the end of the straight, but so difficult.
Well,
so
Andy Peach went through there, so he's gained another place. He nailed Phil Bell, and Ian Bell, Phil's uncle, is also riding here in one of the other sidecar classes this weekend, but this, of course, the F1 Eastern Airways British Championship, the main event. That's what we're here for, that's what it's all about, and that's how close the competition is. Unbelievable stuff. Ben Holland then is fighting his way through. Ben Holland is now on the back of Phil Bell. Bygrave, Andy Peach is on the back. They're very, very close. Uncharacteristically well down the order, Roger Lovelock and Rick Lawrence. We don't usually see them running out of the top 5 or 6, but they're further down the order now. Ben and Tom Birchall, there's 3rd place going through. But look at this is the battle for 4th. Andy Peach, not having had the best of outings first time out, wants to make amends this time because he had that retirement. Is he going to make it 1 place further up by passing John Clark? John Clark having a look. Callum Lawson nervously glancing over his shoulder there.
Yeah, Andy's done really well in this, and I mean, yeah, as you said in the last race, he had problems, but certainly in this race he's come from nowhere and pulled back John Clark.
I'll tell you what, he's not the only one nervously glancing over his shoulder, because so is Tim Reeves. Oh, the sidecar wheel in the air. Tom Birchall then fairly neutral there, getting from the left to the right. You said yourself, Roger, it's so quick through here, throwing himself over the right because he knows that traction now out of this bend and away down the straight is what it's all about. You get a good run into Coppice and away up the hill, get yourself on the inside for Charlie's, and you've got it done. Ben Holland, Lee Watson ahead of Craig Chaplow, behind Phil Bell. So a magnificent scrap further down the field. Still in 4th place though, Ben Bygrave, Callum Lawson, Andy Peach in 6th, Charlie Richardson with his head almost on the tarmac. Here we go, this is on board with Andy Peach. Can he do anything? He's in 6th place. Ahead of him in 5th, no. Ben Holland up to 8th place now, so he's going well from the back of the field. Good to see the yellow and black outfit making progress. There they are, right in the middle of that bunch there. 4th, 5th and 6th. Then it's Phil Bell, then it's Ben Holland. Well, I tell you, the quality, the strength in depth is phenomenal, isn't it?
It is, and it's a really good ride from John Clark. I mean, you know, this is, you know, John's not ridden in England, or, you know, every other week, and for him to be hanging on here and looking comfortable, you know, he's not riding out of shape. He's taking it all in his stride, you know, and they're always so close. It's amazing, really. And this sight of them coming down here is incredible. I've never seen sidecar racing like this ever in my life. It's really, really good.
Well, John Clark from Banbridge, County Down, and Stuart Graham staunch supporters of the championship. They make that trip across the water for every single round. And without the hardcore riders such as they are, we wouldn't have a series. But every one of these crews totally committed. Ben and Tom Birchall couldn't be more committed than they were there. They're right on the back now of Tim Reeves. Tim Reeves knows that he's not romping away with this one. Is there a move coming here? We're getting to the part of the circuit where it's eminently possible, but it has to be done really quickly and very, very cleanly. A solitary third place for Scott Lorry and James Neve, but a good third place, 16 points. There's again, consistency is the name of the game. Tim Reeves, Greg Cluse, the narrowest of margins over Ben and Tom Birchall. No, it's not to be this time. Up the mountain and over the top they go into Hall Bends through the woodland section where there's absolutely no place. In your opinion, Roger, just quickly, where are the passing opportunities?
Only really down into this Mansfield and at the end of the straight park. But these two are so closely matched. I mean, I don't know how Ben's going to get past Timmy. And he's probably thinking all the time about trying to get himself there, you know.
Well, there we go. He's got to do it now. We saw Barry James have a lunge at John Clark at the bottom of the mountain. Is that a passing place there for real, or is it a bit chancy?
You can, yeah, it is possible. It is possible, but it's an accident. You know, it's an accident waiting to happen, really, for two equally matched teams.
Well, here we go. We're at the top end of the circuit now as they dive away. It's now or never for the Birchalls. Tim Reeves and Greg Cluse seem to have found something extra on this last lap. We are 2/3 of the way round the last lap, down towards the gooseneck. Birchalls then, Tom Birchall tucked down behind. He only knows he's at the bend because he can hear the engine note change. Ben Birchall looking every which way, right, left, they're at the chicane. Is the Yamaha going to out-drag the Honda to the foot of the mountain? Where's he going to position himself? Can he dive on the inside? Is there a way through? He's no. There's no way through. Over the top they go. Terrific stuff, but I think if he can close the door all the way around, Tim Reeves has got it now. It's done and dusted, I would think. Out of the hairpin, down towards Barn. The leg of Greg Cluse, is it going to be a victory sign from the Frenchman as they head towards the checkered flag? Here they come, the fingers in the air, the checkered flag waves. It's another win for Tim Reeves and Greg Cluse. Birchalls, they couldn't have thrown more at it. Fantastic racing, sidecar racing at its very best. Anybody who said this is dull needs to get some new glasses. Confirmation of that stunning win by Reeves. Birchalls, Lorry, Clark, Peach. What happened to Ben Bygrave? He's not on the leaderboard. Must have been a last lap retirement. What an upset for the youngsters. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. There they are, look. DNF went out on the last lap. What a shame for them. Tim and Greg, I won't keep you long, so I know you're dashing to get home. What a fantastic race, and 3 in a row. Couldn't be a better weekend.
No, brilliant. I qualified pole and have 3 wins. It was brilliant. The last race was great. Proper art stop. You know, I knew Ben was there pushing me, and yeah, it was definitely harder to lead than it is to follow. I think I knew he was there, and I tried to keep smooth and clean. But yeah, it was good. We had a couple of rubbings and coming together, but I think yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was brilliant. Either of us could have won it, and I think, yeah, I'm over the moon with the victory. It's good.
Greg, at the point they came alongside you at the bottom of the mountain, was there anywhere for the passenger to go?
Yeah, you have no place for two sidecars, but it's a really good race, and Ben and Tom do a very, very good job, so we really enjoy the race.
Ben and Tom Birchall, another runner-up spot, but hey, what a fantastic weekend. And that race proved to you and to me that you were really on his case, weren't you?
Yeah, definitely. In the first race, we had a bit of a niggle. The engine wasn't as good as it could be. So we managed to find that, and yeah, a good race. There was nothing in it. The only place that I could have perhaps got past him, there was yellow flags, so that was a no-go. But we tried everything we could, and you know, he rode well, we rode well. It's just been a good weekend for us here at Cadwell Park. You know, good circuit, good racing. Yeah.
I could see, Tom, at the end, you know, you were the best of buddies, even though you're deadly rivals on the track. But at the end of it, you both knew that you delivered, and he knew you were there as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're great rivals on the track, but great friends off it, you know. And he gave us the room, and, you know, we pushed him all the way, and it's just a real respect thing between, you know, two teams are at top of the game at the minute. But, yeah, all credit to him. It was a great race, and, you know, we tried our best, but today wasn't the day.
Scott and James, if it wasn't so exciting, this would become boring, wouldn't it? All these runner-up spots.
It would do, aye. Do you know what? The only two people that beat us this weekend are two ex-world champions, and I can't take anything away for this guy. Who else to beat you? Two world champions. What can I say?
Well, I said earlier today, you know, the pace is World Championship class, and you're really running there. The start was exciting because young Ben Bygrave got a flyer, didn't he?
He did. I think he did what we did yesterday, didn't he? Along the grass, and I was thinking, go on, boy. But, yeah, good on him. Well done.
You're racking up the points, you're there, you're consolidating that second place, and of course the man who could rob you of that is Ben Birchall, so you've got to keep in touch with him.
It's no happening, Mr. Birchall. It's just no.
Well, there it is. Look at Scott Laurie on 185, but a massive lead by Tim Reeves. Birchall's then up to third. I said it could happen, and they delivered ahead of Roger Lovelock. So great. Ben Bygrave did himself a power of good. He moves into seventh. Craig Chaplow, good to see him well up, almost in the top 10 on 57 points. Gary Horsepole, 32. He's getting better. So it's all happening, lot to play for. And don't forget, double points in the very last round. Oh, it's good to see Mark Edwards there with a point. That'll mean the world to him. Well, that's it from Cadwell. That is what sidecar racing is all about. What a stunning race between two of the best crews in the world. Round 6 of this championship comes from Donington Park, 9th to the 11th of September. Please join us. We'll all be there. It's something really to look forward to. Take care.